Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler Rose. This is Tyler Rose TV. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. And of course, hit the like button for this video and leave a comment, man. For today's video, this is hilarious. When I tell you, when I heard this audio, I was cracking up. I'm actually gonna put the little part of the screen so you can see me like as I'm listening to this video, because I want y'all to, I like it so much. It's so entertaining. You know, all the years they try to shit on Kwame Brown, all the years, Stephen A. Smith, all these dudes talking and stuff like that. Kwame Brown has probably been the most like real dude in the media. I would say obviously Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson as well, but like they're up there like when it comes to like keeping it real and having a real thought. Who would have thought of all people, since all they did was try to talk down on this man, that he would be the one, he would be the voice of reason, and that's no diss to him. He still had a successful career. Played 14 seasons, #1 pick out of high school. That's success. I ain't gonna sit there and talk about that. Got nothing but respect for that man. Especially after defending Kobe, because he definitely played with Kobe and Jordan. He knows what greatness is. And McGrady, you should probably stay in your lane. You didn't have greatness. You had the body, no Diddy. You had the talent, you had everything else, you didn't have the work ethic. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, hit the bell. Let's get into the video, because this is absolutely hilarious.
Living with regret like this punk. This nigga around here trying to rewrite history and put himself next to Kobe. This fragile knee, fragile back, ahi tuna jelly spine punk that played with Yao Ming and some of the best point guards you can find, and he'll stub his toe and fall out. Nobody don't want to tell you the truth, Tracy McGrady. You soft. That's why you an old nigga that retired that's living with regret. Don't try to put yourself up next to Kobe. Nigga, I'm living good. Nigga, I'm the landlord. You don't hear me up here talking about... And I got a great argument that I was the #1 draft pick, but Michael Jordan came back. That's never happened to a #1 draft pick. You, on the other hand, got the keys to a team. They traded I thought Vince Carter was your cousin. They traded Vince Carter for your soft self. You get there, and every other 2 seconds you hurt. So how in the world can you even compare yourself to somebody like Kobe when Kobe can have a damn near a broke shoulder, dang near ankle that he could barely put a shoe on, and Kobe was playing for something bigger than himself, you soft back punk? Nigga, Kobe would have a swole up knee, broken rib, and he gonna play because he playing for his legacy. He playing for that kid in the stand that he wanted to inspire. You ain't never play for that, punk. You ain't never play for that, and that's why you ain't never win. You want to sit up here and snicker and kicker about somebody else like you was somebody great. You was a goddamn naturally God-given talent that didn't work, you punk. And when Kobe got around you, he zapped your energy. He even said it. You were one of the most offensively gifted players he'd ever played against. He even said you gave him problems in one-on-ones. But guess what he said about you? Even he said you were lazy. You would get hurt in workouts. Nobody even touching your soft self. You getting hurt and cramping up and passing out in workouts. But you want to compare yourself to Kobe now that he dead. Why you ain't compare yourself to Kobe while he was alive so he could talk about some of them workouts y'all had where he'll make you quit? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about when you and Bean used to work out together? You want to call him your brother. That Bean would make you quit, would make you say uncle. And now you want to compare yourself to him now that he can't defend himself. You little crybaby. You want to rewrite history. Well, if I was... Imagine Kwame Brown saying that. Well, if I was to trade places with Kenyon and went to play with Jason Kidd, where I could use my athleticism and just run and jump and dunk and then post up, and not play with Gilbert Arenas, I would have been in a better position. Not play with Michael Jordan. You think I wouldn't have won? You don't get to do that, you crybaby. You not like that. You not in that status. Were you a hell of a player? Yes. Could somebody chuck you in the back and rattle you? Yes. Could they get physical with you and you quit? Yes. You had team after team and chance after chance, and you never stepped up to the plate. So it don't matter if you would have had Shaq. Shaq would have got hurt in the final, you would have got hurt right behind him. Tell the truth. Soon as Shaq would have got hurt in that finals that Kobe took over, you would have got hurt right behind him. Soon as it was your shining moment, the nigga would have tapped you on the back and you would have fell out like you was dead. They would have had to come get you with a stretcher. You'd have been laying face down on your stomach. You want to sit up here and talk about somebody now you dead, now that they passed away and they deceased. You niggas want to talk. You supposed to be Tracy McGrady. You've never seen a superstar talk like this about another player other than a soft, ahi tuna, jello belly guy like Tracy McGrady. The NBA is a fraternity. You've never seen guys get up here and joke and play about another man's. You know how they say don't kick somebody while they down? They was calling me bust all over the world. So in y'all opinion, in y'all eyes, I was down. When have you ever seen a superstar player in the league talk about a player like this punk? You don't see Kobe doing that. When Kobe spoke about me, he didn't talk like this. This is a punk that ain't never been around me. And if he had been around me, I guarantee you he wouldn't have said no shit like this.
Oh man, so listen, that was hilarious. Now I do want to get into something real quick. So if you see, I didn't show it, but basically there's a clip of McGrady talking about how Kobe got Paul Gasol. He was like, they traded Kwame Brown for Paul Gasol.
And I'm still mad to this day at the NBA for making the damn trade for Kwame Brown and Paul Gasol. Come on, guys. Reason with me on this. How in the hell you make a trade?
Kwame Brown. Like they would just, he kept, keep saying it. And then you gotta think about it. This man right here is played in the NBA. He's an NBA player. And even though all the times people will talk shit about Kwame Brown, Kwame Brown is a bum, he's a bust. And he ain't never get online. He ain't never say if this happened, if this would have happened. And he was not even a superstar. Mind you, McGrady is a superstar. McGrady had the keys to a franchise and never got out the first round. So that is the main difference between the two. It's like, bro, these dudes are living with regret. And it's so true. I didn't think of it that way until a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, I want to say, when I realized, I'm like, yo, when Gil and Tracy McGrady and all these guys are saying, oh, if I was you don't think if I was on the Warriors with Steph Curry and had Mark Jackson and, all these scenarios, like, it's not happening. You played, you had a chance. Gilbert, you brought guns to the locker room. Your career was over after that. McGrady, you didn't take care of your body. Your body broke down. You had teams that were good enough. You won a lot of games. You couldn't get it done in the playoffs. It happens. But a lot of these people that live with this regret want people to understand how good they were, even after the fact that they retired, and how maybe it's not fair or maybe it's not this. But ask yourself, man, if McGrady was really Kobe's man, why would he sit there and say something that's always been a negative narrative about his homie? About how he would play with Shaq, and that's the reason why he really won a lot of those rings. It's because of Shaq. So then he gonna sit there and tell people, you don't think if I played with Shaq, I would have won? Bro, your mans, that was a bad narrative for your mans. Now you're making it seem like anybody could have been Kobe's place. And that's the furthest from the truth. But if that's your mans, why would you continue to push this narrative of how great Shaq was and anybody can just go next to Shaq and win? Then what the fuck happened with Penny? Why did he win one with D-Wade? Why didn't he win with LeBron in 09? You get what I'm saying? The problem I have mainly with these dudes talking out their ass is that the biggest thing, and that bothers me the most, is that these dudes never said shit when Bean was alive. They would never fix their lips to say this shit. And what Kwame Brown was saying is so real, and then you realize, like, Kwame Brown is the voice of reason because he played with him. I'm sure Kobe Bryant was an asshole at some point to Kwame Brown because he wanted to test him. So he knew what he was doing because he already played with Jordan. He knew exactly what Kobe was doing. Kobe wanted to get the best out of his players. So he's like, listen, Kwame Brown had first class seats to watch the Kobe show. 81 points. You think this man is sitting there watching this man work his ass off, go above and beyond to get crazy buckets, to do amazing things on the court, to accolades, championships? You think he's gonna be like, sit there and let some dude like this talk when he was there to witness it? Like, bro, cool. You nice. Don't get me wrong. But there's levels to this whole thing. And you're not on that level. And just because you think you are, or because at one point people were saying, yo, they might be just as good offensively, you weren't the same caliber of player. You were offensively talented. You weren't in the same conversation. Let's be real. All that Gil shit in 2002, man, cut that shit out, bro. Nobody's going for that. Nobody's going for that. But shout out to Kwame Brown and for standing up for Kobe, man. Not too many out there want to sit there and say what's real, man. And obviously we seen a situation where Kwame Brown stepping up and he's standing up for what he believes in. And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like I said, want to use that Shaq narrative. And I'm getting tired of hearing that shit. Shaq is a great player, don't get me wrong, but you got to close. And he didn't lead the team in fourth quarter scoring. He didn't lead the team in clutch scoring. Kobe did. The reason Kobe did is Kobe can shoot the fucking ball. I don't know why I'm swearing so much this episode. Anyhow, my name is Tyler. It's Tyler Rose TV. I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Hope hit that subscribe, hit that bell. And see y'all next one. Peace.